thank God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo! Woo! You remember this voice?
Oh.
You better have not forgotten about it, because I did not forget that this right here is called The Sports Show. It's episode 317 coming at you.
Take it away from
Here's the Sports Show.
The barn is alive again.
Got me in my hormones. All gas, no brakes. Score 4-0. If you think you own this place,
ready for a walk.
Oh, it's like I never left. It's like I was in this dream in Tennessee, which it was, and some days in my stupor. Nonetheless, don't forget to do a couple things. I noticed when we were gone, viewership, downloads, everything up, and away. At Sports Show Podcast on the YouTube, at Sports Show Podcast on the Instagram. Look for the blue and white logo. Don't hesitate. Podbean, Spotify, CJSW, 90.9 FM, the third Tuesday of every single month. Couple things while I was away that apparently might come down the pipe. We can't talk about it. We can only tease it like a late night club. Either way, It's good to be back. I'm fired up. This is 3 weeks of everything and anything. I'm not going to lie.
You look refreshed.
You
look great.
Can I tell you?
You're back.
Back, baby. Woo! Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. So we're in Tennessee. We're at my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law's house. Right, they got the grills, everything. And I got to paint a picture here because I never realized how much I needed a holiday. The reason I bring up there specifically is, even though they're moving now, they're going to Charlotte as of next week.
I'm not a fan.
You know what? Ric Flair's
I
from
know.
there.
I don't care. That's Ric Flair country.
It's going to be Dimitri country pretty soon. So, but what I'm saying is that house has just been familiar territory for us. We go, they're great. They'll give me the keys to the car whenever we want it. We know where our rooms are. It's kind of been our it almost feels like our own vacation home. Okay.
Right, yeah.
So we usually settle in very quickly, but man, it took me like 5-6 days to actually calm down and settle in. And I was having fun, but just getting a good sleep, forgetting about work a little bit, doing like the routine. Nice. I'm like, man, I didn't realize how much I needed this holiday.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
And I realized, you know what? You and I and most Greeks, we're pretty stupid in the sense that we punish ourselves for a year just to bank holidays once a year. I see everyone else do these day trips, weekend, 5 days here, spring break. I'm going to be a spring breaker.
I think it's time. And you know what's funny? I brought this up kind of on the Greek show in one of the episodes where I'm like, you'll lose weight, you'll get into shape, all to lose it in those 10 days. You lose the 30 to gain back the 10. It's hilarious.
I did a lot of that.
Yeah, well,
I did a lot of that.
You're not guilty. I won't let you believe that. You look fantastic. There's an aura about you.
Stop.
There's an aura about you that I haven't seen in years.
I want to give a couple shout outs. I want to give some props. I want to give props to the Swiss Greek. I want to give props to South Carolina George.
Absolutely.
I want to give props to the McGuire, to the GW Joe, although that's on the ACT podcast. But regardless, I want to give props to everyone that came in to help out the Mitch. Got to give props to the Mitch.
Hey, I tried to hold down the fort. Listen, we've been on a heater. And I said, hey, partner.
Yeah.
Between the NHL stuff and everything else, this has been a great year, and we just couldn't let it stop. And to be honest, when you got good friends like the Swiss Army, like the Big Data, he tried to come, but he had a family, family vacation. I couldn't take him away, but he'll be on sooner than later. And the Swiss Greek's brother, the Greaser.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry,
big news, big help. I appreciate to everyone. And you know what? I feel like the Greaser was here last week. He wants to bring in the Butcher. The Butcher wants a piece of this action.
The Butcher wants a piece of the action.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
He wants in on the action.
I know what you're talking about.
Little does he realize that the Butcher's his son, he'll be on the show soon.
The Butcher's son's coming.
The Butcher's son's coming.
Oh, that'll be good.
That's going to be good.
So we got the Greaser and the Butcher.
Yeah.
Whew,
that's a good name for a pod.
I think it actually is. Yeah. Could you imagine they cut us out? They're like, that was.
That was.
Start our own podcast.
There were some guys here.
I think we bring them on. It's got to be closer to the NFL. We have to time them.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm
not saying today.
Not today.
Or am I?
That's amazing. So what's going on? Do you still peruse the nets or anything
buddy,
like that?
Let me tell you, because the Swiss Greek did such a great job of perusing, he did his, and then there's certain things that we do on this show.
Yeah,
you need two people to do it.
He loves it.
He is loving the peruse.
I'm telling you,
he's a peruser.
With everything going on in this past year, even the Greek show and all that, I put forth a nomination.
All right.
for a golden loofah
Okay.
for stand-in of the year.
I think we got a winner.
To me, it's already been decided unless he fumbles on the one.
Right. Oh, he won't. He won't. He's holding on that ball hard.
Unless they pull a San Fran final Super Bowl.
They were a little upset last week when I might have brought that up. You could tell in their eyes. They're like, that son of a bitch.
It's like words that invoke anger. Hit.
Super Bowl.
Ayuk.
Holding. All right. So you know me. It's been a few weeks. I was minding my own business. I was perusing the nets. Well, as we all know, the Olympics started yesterday. So, Paris, France, you're up. You're putting on a show. Did you see any of the opening ceremonies?
Oh, you know what? Right now, I'm on, I think it's hour 19, and it's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so far it's pretty...
Whoever thought of putting them down the river, entrance-wise, I didn't think it was a horrible idea. It's just maybe speedboats. Okay. Just a thought. Speed that puppy up. Now, this is where France, I'll give you some props, guys. The Eiffel Tower looks better than it's ever looked.
Fair.
Yanni bringing it in. I mean, if you're going to bring Greece in as the number one seed, let's call it is, and Yanni's holding the flag, that's beautiful. Fast forward right to the end, I'm not going to lie. Celine finishing it all off, there was something in my eye. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
She still got it.
She still got it. Yeah, she was amazing. Listen, she was amazing.
All in all, because I didn't get to see all of it, right? It was just...
Trust me, you would be still on it. Yeah,
but I got to say this, too. It almost looked like they tried to do too much, Mitch. I wasn't an big fan of it. Sometimes simplicity is a little bit key here.
I agree.
Just let's get... I like the old ways where they just walked around the stadium.
Right.
With their flags. You got to see the country. You're like, oh, you got 57 people. You have 3.
Agreed.
You have 219. Here's your delegation. Almost like Ben-Hur. Like, I want old school. The only thing that I think they should do, chariots. What happened to chariots?
A nice chariot would have been great in this.
Like a grand caravan.
Can I say one thing? Marcon, he has to he's got to show his people why he spent so much money. Those platforms that the acts were having, so as the ships were going by, there's people dancing, playing on bikes, doing things. Those things took 8 months, they said on the broadcast, to put together. So welders under the water, putting it together, get it sturdy. 8 months. How much money? Who knows? This guy has to justify every dollar that went through.
See, that's so French. They tried to make a Cirque du Soleil variety
That's
show
exactly what they did.
Of the whole thing. And sometimes,
All right. With that being said, a whole bunch of stuff. It's day one, but sometimes they do some pre-day stuff, right? They do some events pre-day.
Right.
And Canada, of all the countries, showed up. Way to go, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, our captain or the coach of Team Canada women's soccer has been sent home. She's not allowed to be around. She used a drone. Her name is Bev Priestman, and not very holy, I might add. She got caught using a drone to watch the women's French soccer team trying to get notes when they play each other.
Did she do the New Zealand one too?
Apparently, I think that's when, I don't know what was going on. Bottom line, they keep bringing up France. And maybe there was some New Zealand action to it.
Right.
And I guess she's done it in the past. So she's got a record of this. And she got sent home. That's not very Olympic-y. Not very Olympic-y.
It's very patriotic. If you know what I'm saying.
I heard Bill Belichick was there as well as a consultant.
Who are your mentors? Pete Rose, Bill Belichick, Jose Canseco, Lance Armstrong. If I had a Rushmore of influences in my life.
That sounds about right.
It's amazing. Okay, can I say this?
Please.
What the heck do you need to drone footage of soccer? Like NFL, I get it.
Okay.
There's intricate plays and schemes.
Sure.
I can get behind that. I can get behind what's another sport? Maybe baseball, something that has maybe some setup. I can get behind that.
Signals, yeah.
Signals, right? Here's what I can't get behind. Just study the tape. They're not playing that much different.
No.
It's not like, listen, if they do a 4-4-2, we're screwed.
Yeah, we're done.
And I need to know now because that is the game changer.
But I just want to know. So she brings the drone over. Or maybe she bought it at a store there. And she's like, hey, what? Wow, the flies here in France are really big. Like, and you're doing it to the hometown team. They know their flies aren't that big. How did she think she was pulling this off?
You know, at that point, she might as well have gotten like the fake mustache and glasses and just walked into hello.
Oh, no, nothing.
Comment ça va? I'm part of the French team. I'm here to fill up the waters. No, no, no. Like, what are you doing?
Bonjour, bonjour.
And here's the other thing. If you're going to cheat like that, be a winner at least.
Exactly.
My biggest problem is you're droning and cheating and Canada hasn't won anything.
Nothing.
So you're even a terrible cheater.
And we're actually good in soccer. Like, you want to do it for a sport we're not good in. I don't know, or that we don't excel in. Like, this is crazy. So they sent her home. Yeah, and then something else happened. And this one, to me, was the funniest one. You got Australia, who's usually a juggernaut in the Summer Olympics, okay? They got this coach, and they're great in swimming. So you got this coach. He's coaching his guy. He's like, hey, you know what? For the next 4 years, you're not going to have sex. You're not going to eat anything bad. We're going to win a gold medal. I'm going to take you to the medal. You're going to get a medal of some kind, okay? Here comes the event. All of a sudden, his guy's swimming against a South Korean named Kim Woo-min, okay? The Australian guy, the Australian coach, is caught cheering for the South Korean against his own guy. Like, not a little bit like, oh, I hope he wins. He's like, come on, South Korea. And he's wearing the green and yellow. Like, well, I guess very close to what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
And he's cheering on his guy. What is wrong with these coaches? They sent him home too. They're like, hey, you're here for Australia. What the heck are you doing cheering for South Korea?
He's Greek.
He must be Greek.
He's like our dads. You see that other kid?
I didn't catch his name, but
other kid?
I bet
He's
you
got
is.
promise.
You're absolutely right.
Whatever, son. Go!
Oh, man.
You know what? To me, that's amazing. I find like the Olympics, they need a little more story. There's got to be a little more controversy.
I'm enjoying the drama. Don't get me wrong. This is fantastic material.
It's kind of like Karate Kid. It's like, look, if you're not going to win, then get out.
Agreed. I just think it's hilarious. This guy's coaching the guy. He can't win a medal. He's not going to get a medal even when the guy medals. But you're cheering the other guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a great hedge.
Last week on this podcast, Greaser and Swiss Greek were on here, and USA was playing South Sudan in basketball. 43-point spread Vegas. We were laughing here. We're like, oh, they're going to win by 100. South Sudan takes them to the last second. LeBron ends up getting the layup, winning 101-100.
Yeah.
That should be an automatic loss for a team full of NBA superstars taking on a team of South Sudan where, Dimitri, they don't have even one indoor basketball court in that country. Not one indoor court. That should be an automatic loss.
That's embarrassing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is embarrassing. To sit here and say, like, they played well and it was close, but the U.S. still won by, like, 10 or 15.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you know what? Credit. That's nice. But come on. Losing. There's a lot of things that happened in the States when I was there.
Great debate. South Sudan or Rudy?
Oh, that's great. You got to go with Rudy.
You think it's still a better story?
It's still a better story.
I could see this being a great movie.
I didn't almost cry in career and life management class watching South Sudan.
You didn't?
I didn't almost cry.
Didn't almost cry.
Didn't.
South Sudan. Rudy. It still got a little better tone.
Rudy had Forrest Whitaker as well. We got to remember that.
That's a good point. You know, that's a good mentor.
He's a great mentor.
That's a good guy to have.
You know,
he took a lot of advice from a guy that wasn't his coach, if you think
Forrest
about it.
Whitaker is always in an advice-based role, isn't he?
That's true,
He was in the Foreman movie. He was a coach there, too.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. Interesting. All right, let's get over to a couple of topics.
You know what else he's in?
Oh, yeah, what is he in?
God bless YouTube Reels. Obviously, when I was, I mean, what do you do when you're on vacation outside, just scroll?
That's all it is.
He's in Bloodsport.
Oh, he is. He's the cop.
He's the cop.
And you know what? What? You're trying to chase Van Damme through that boat canal? That's not going to work.
I got to tell you.
In a suit?
Bloodsport is the greatest martial arts movie all time. Challenge me on it.
May I say? Best of the best? May I say?
I still go
good.
Bloodsport.
It's still good.
I still go. You know why?
What's that?
Because Best of the Best was very that was easy tournament life. Bloodsport was.
Right, well, you could die.
Chong Li's not. Look what he did to his friend.
What's his name? In that movie, I can't remember the character's name.
Bolo Young.
He was about to kill him.
Yeah, Chong Li. That's his name. Yeah, Chong Li. Yeah. He killed his friend. He killed him.
He did kill him. Yeah, maybe Bloodsport's
and he
more,
threw powder in Van Damme's eyes.
That's the good old move.
But he persevered.
He persevered. You tell me you can go up to any guy at any place and do this. What movie is it? And the guy will guess.
And
he will know.
And if you can't, you can't be friends.
You can't be. Great way to find out who's your friend.
Yeah, you seem like a cool guy.
And if he says something like, Lion King, you're like, no.
Something in your eyes? Like, what's... I don't understand. Is that... Are your contacts bothering you? Get out.
Get out of here right now.
Get out.
You're leaving.
Okay.
Let's get on to a topic that came up this week, and it's in the NHL. There's a couple of things I want to bring up.
Sure.
Number one, the Edmonton Oilers. So, you guys make it to the Stanley Cup Final, get to Game 7, get all excited. Free agency happens. You pick up a couple of good players. Some people are saying that this team today, right now, is better than the team that went to Game 7 in the Stanley Cup. They said, hey, we got another little surprise. Take out Ken Holland, add in a guy named Stan Bowman. Yeah, that's Stan Bowman. That Bowman. What's his name? Scotty Bowman's son. Now, here's the thing. The guy's got a great rep. He was there during the Chicago years, let's say, you know? However, while things happened in Chicago, there's a little controversy that came up. Kyle Beach situation, blah, blah, blah. So Stan Bowman took himself out. Villeneuve took himself out. Like, they all got fired or released themselves from Quenneville, all those guys roll out. And then all of a sudden, Edmonton says, hey, you know what? There's a nice piece of the puzzle sitting right on the shelf. Let's go get him. And there's been some controversy. So my question is, it's funny because you talked about second chances a minute ago with the Canada coach. Did Edmonton make the right move by bringing in Stan Bowman, or is that just controversy you're bringing in for no reason whatsoever?
Oh no, it's the right move. Clearly, Ken Holland took you as far as you can go, right? Yeah, like, look, he's on the shelf. The guy had a ban. He was suspended. Like, controversy or not, hey, the NHL's letting him work again.
That's true.
Number one, what does anyone care? The NHL's letting him work again, and it's about time,
right?
You know, where. Like, what I liked about the move is we talk about killer instinct. It's about time there's a little bit of killer instinct in the upper management level as well. You're available. It's like, come in.
Well said.
Come on. And you know what's good about this is
you mean
the Bowman. What? What? You know, the thing about the like Scotty Bowman is like Scotty Bowman, Steve Yzerman, his son now. All these people, they're gap fillers. They know exactly what they need to fill the gaps and the cracks. So you know what? This is exciting. Now, to say this is better than the team last year, I mean, okay, like we added players, they're automatically better. Just wait and see. You guys.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just hold on.
I do think I do think second chance in this case is fair. I mean, the guy's been sitting out for a little while. He even admitted during the press conference, couldn't have been easy. He's like, look, I was the general manager. I should have known about it. I didn't know. It's on me. He put it on himself. I give the guy some credit for taking responsibility.
Yeah, look, he did his time, man.
Even though he didn't know, like, this is like the cook in the back taking responsibility because the guy in the front's mad because he didn't get a refill of Coke. He's like, well, listen, I'm still the manager. It's my responsibility to know what you guys are doing. So I give him that. I mean, this is a Bowman. If this guy is what he is, he's got his dad's name, but more importantly, this guy's a winner in Chicago. This is maybe the final piece that Edmonton needs. But to your point, I agree with you, Dimitri. At the end of the day, you still got to get on the ice and play. And if Edmonton showed anything, I mean, they had to go on two major heaters. We talked about this all year long for them to even just get into the playoffs. And then they went, great against LA, not so great against Vancouver, almost got knocked out, killed Dallas, and then it was a coin toss at the end with Florida. So, I mean, if this is it, if this is the guy that's going to, make the right decisions, I think Ken Holland did a great job. I am actually kind of surprised that they would go away from him because unless he wanted to go, this is the only other thing. Like, why wreck it?
Sometimes it's up to them. Like, you took it wherever you could take it. Do you want to do another year? Do you want to, look, it was,
Yeah. Okay.
I get it.
Here's the second thing I want to talk about in the NHL. The Steven Stamkos fiasco is getting on my nerves, all right?
Yeah. Oh,
buddy,
come on.
You were just there. You were down there.
Yeah.
My humble opinion. So he goes, he's upset. You guys kind of know the story. He's upset because Tampa Bay didn't give him the 4 years and the $8 million that he kind of wanted. So Nashville said, hey, we'll give it to you. So he's like, fine, I'll take it. And he goes. But ever since he's been there, he's been a horrible teammate. All he does is talk about Tampa Bay. It's like, you know what? My ex, she was really great at cooking and cleaning and this and that and the other. And then he goes to the Player Tribune, writes a really nice article. I read it the other night. It was very touching, nice. But all I kept as I read it, all I kept going back to is, dude, you got what you wanted with a team that's great in a great city. Why are you still crying when Martin St. Louis, another Tampa Bay, he went somewhere else. LeCavalier went somewhere else. Brad Richards went somewhere else. Like, get over it, bro. Like, why? I got to be honest. I get tired of hearing a guy that's making $32 million. He got his cups. He's going to get a statue. And he's still complaining about not getting what he wanted in Tampa Bay.
I mean, I agree, Mitch. Like, for the first week was fine. Maybe the second. I get it. But, dude, it's over. You're right. He's like dating the new girl. He's like, you know what? This steak's really good. It just reminds me of when Tampa Bay used to make me steaks.
Yeah.
You know, my ex used to do it. Like, you nailed it. Like, come on, get over it. And it's like, okay, you're upset. You're sad. Move on. You're a professional athlete, man.
This is what I'm saying. Dude, he's making $32 million. Where Tampa Bay, see, this is what's making me mad. In Tampa Bay, they offered you a 3-year and $7 million maybe, so 21. So you clearly wanted the money.
Yes.
You're right. But he keeps saying, no, it was my time in Tampa Bay. It was the way they treated me and the way well, okay, that was in the past. Today, they offered you 3. So if you were that captain, there's a guy named Tom Brady that never actually took the money that he was supposed to take to make his team better. So whatever, you're clearly later on in your years, Mr. Stamkos. So at the end of the day, this really did have to do with money, not about the whole I'm a Tampa Bay guy, this, that, the other. Because if you were, you would have stayed.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do that.
I'm sorry.
And why 4 years somewhere else?
Exactly. It's
just you wanted the contract. Like, come on.
Like, did you deserve it? Do you think he deserved it though? Like, maybe it's just this whole thing. Like, did he deserve it?
Deserve the money?
Did he deserve a 4-year instead of a 3-year $88 million? Yeah.
Not in Tampa Bay. I mean, you're comparing apples to oranges here. I mean, Nashville's capacity and Tampa Bay's capacity are two different things. And this is where I have a problem with Stamkos. If you've been around the league and you've structured deals long enough, if you can't understand that of course you're going to get your money from someone who has the money and has room. Nashville's on the rebuild. You're with the Tampa Bay Lightning. You've won a few cups over there. You've been a near dynasty for how many years? How many finals have you done? Like, dude, come on. With everyone that's on that team, you know the price and it takes to play and the cost of business with a team like that if you want to keep it. So when the team comes and goes, listen, man, like, you know, we got to pay the cooch.
Yeah.
We got the Hedman over here. Okay. We got the Vasilevsky over here. We got to, you know, they had the Sergachev.
The Gunsel.
The Gensel, right? We're bringing we got all this stuff. Like, dude, if you can't play a little puck, what do you expect us to do?
Doesn't this just show you that he thinks he's bigger than the organization?
No, this is where the agents, I swear, they put, you know, this is where you have like a bad little pss, 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 pss,
Right.
You know, of course you're going to get the high money, but the whininess after a few weeks, dude, even Gretzky wasn't this bad. And Gretzky was the icon of icons in Edmonton. He cried once at a press conference and then he rolled out. Just shut up.
Yeah, man. Let it go, bro. Like, it's you still got what you wanted.
Brutal.
You're still playing hockey. You're still a premier athlete. You're scoring 40. But you can't be mad that Tampa Bay said, you know what, we're just going to go a little bit younger. We're keeping some key pieces, granted.
Yeah.
And you're not that guy. It's over, man. But you still got another girlfriend right away. That's why I don't understand why he's so upset about it.
Guys, you know, when I look again, I'll always be a homer, but I don't care because it's just a fact. When you look at Pittsburgh, this is what I say. There's ways of structuring deals with teams if you really want to stay. And then when you look, and so I can't take it that a guy like Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Chris Letang talk to each other and kind of structure their deals in a way where they can at least all stay in the organization. You mean to tell me right now that Sidney Crosby has always been overpaid over anyone, or Evgeny Malkin has always been overpaid over everyone?
Agreed.
Never. They've always paid them on the back end, and they've structured the deal. But those guys said, you know what? I won't take the $15 million a year. I'll take the 13 or whatever the case may be because we want to keep this thing intact. I can't. So to me, no, there's no excuse. You want the money, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But just say it. The money was important.
Say exactly. Like, here, Audible, real quick. I come into the car, or Dimitri gets into my car today to come over. I'm wearing my Packers gear just by chance, not even thinking about what happened yesterday. Our boy, Love, gets his money. He's got now what is that?
4 years, 220.
4 years. He had one good year. He's been in the league for 3. He only played in 1 year, and they give him that kind of money. I heard the other day Vlad Guerrero and the Blue Jays, they're $100 million apart. How the hell are you $100 million apart? 5 million, 10 million, I get it. 20, 100. Vlad's going, I want 300 million. The Blue Jays are like, we'll give you 200 million. You guys are all losing your minds. You've all lost your minds.
Okay, Vlad, upper manager, let's see what you got.
Hold on. I'll carry the one. Maybe I didn't carry the one.
We've crunched the numbers. 100 million apart over 1 year, we say.
They don't realize how lucky they are to be. Like, with all respect, they all work hard. You got where you are. Get your money. But you can't tell me Jordan Love actually looks in the mirror going, I'm worth every dollar. And you've earned it. You have it. Good for you.
Should we just get into that right now?
Yeah,
let's
do it.
So, what are your thoughts on that?
I last week when Swiss Greek was here in Greaser, I said the same thing. I'm not ready to give either the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans right now are the big, trendy, hot pick of the year.
Right.
They had one great year. If the NHL, NFL, all major sports has shown me one thing, that you can't count on it to happen again over and over. Florida's an anomaly. Tampa Bay's an anomaly where they were there constantly. In NFL, it's very difficult. Now, some people will say, well, it's Kansas City. You look at Kansas. Yes, get to that level, and then maybe I'll cheer for you more. I love Jordan Love. I think he is going to be good. But show it to me 2 years in a row. I always consider the sophomore year the year that you will really show it to me. And I think most agents know that too, Dimitri, and that's why they're like, no, we need the money now. Before it starts, no. Give us the money now, because no one knows. It's that hard. So do I think he deserves it? Look, in this current place and current market, I guess so. But I personally, I wouldn't. It's hard for me. I want to say I wouldn't give it to him, but with all the things that go on in sports today, you kind of have to. So I'll say, yes, it's worth it, but damn, am I biting my fingernails every night, like saying to myself, was it worth it?
Okay, yeah, I agree, right? With everything, but the but that I'm going to throw in is, here's how I look at it. I don't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it because the eye test shows that he's good. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Brock Purdy type situation.
Very much so.
Okay, the eye test shows that at least this guy is worth it. The way the contracts are going now, right? When you look at like the highest paid QBs and now where contracts are going, if you forecast in 3 years from now, someone's getting a 60, 65, maybe $70 million contract, right? It's only just going to go up and up. Right. Okay. So that's number one. So you kind of lock it in. You say, we'll get pricing. The other thing, too, is part of me says, number one, we believe in you. Yeah, let's get going.
Yeah.
Awesome. Number two, the guy was on the bench.
Yes.
For how many years? They know him. They understand him. They've seen him. He's been patient.
Yeah.
He's been good about it.
Yeah.
You've never once heard Jordan Love behind Aaron Rodgers ever say anything negative.
Agreed.
And he just fell in line and he did his thing and he did it the Packers way. And then when it was his time to shine, he took him to the NFC Championship game.
True.
Probably should have been the Super Bowl game.
Let's not get into it.
Arguably. It was that close though, Mitch.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
Okay? And you say, you know what, kid? Thank you.
Yeah. Agreed. Listen, he's ready. He's on his way. CJ Stroud, I'll say the same thing. They're on their way, but show it to me 2 years in a row. Show it to me, then I'll give you the money. It just, but at the end of the day, it's just the way the market is these days. You got to give these guys their money.
And I don't
now.
think the Packers are that dumb either, Mitch.
No.
Look, barring let's just hope no injuries, right? That's really the big ticket. But barring everything else, I'm telling you, I think they know what they're doing.
Right.
Especially in that organization. For QBs.
100%. Listen, if there's one thing, I don't like giving our teams like the big pub unless they deserve it. There's one thing that no organization can say that the Green Bay Packers do better than anybody else, which is take care of their quarterbacks. Like guys, it's been 50 years and we've had 3. There's other Cleveland Browns. They've had 23, so we do that well. I agree. So the formula is there. And just that point alone, Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably more wrong than right.
But where you're not wrong is, like I said, anyone who just has 1 year flash in the plan, their pan, man, you got a decision to make. I get what you're saying. I agree.
It's true.
Maybe he could be, but I don't think so.
Right. I agree.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Especially the second half of that season last year.
Right.
The way he was throwing the ball and doing things, you're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well said.
He's not even in his prime yet.
No, and that's why Green Bay right now is going, you hit your prime and we gave you that money, we got a deal. Yeah. We got a discount, right? Yeah. I see the play, but still a lot of money. At the end of the day, is it? Like when you're hearing $75 million guaranteed, or Watson is getting 200 million guaranteed, I'm still going, dude, why and how did this guy get that money?
Dude, you took it. You took the words or the thought. I was about to make the Watson comparison. No one complained about that.
Yeah, it's true. And all the first round draft
and he's
picks,
done less.
Of course, he's been hurt. He's been touching. You know how it is. He's all over the place, that guy, right? Okay. I think I figured it out, Dimitri.
Okay.
Can I throw something at you?
Sure.
I want you to tell me. I think I figured it out. So while you were gone, the baseball All-Star game happened. Okay.
Okay.
Horrible again. The singer was hammered out of her mind. The game was fine, boring, but it's nothing. None of the All-Star games in all the sports are hitting in any cylinder now. Okay. Agreed. They're all just not doing what they used to do. Greaser said the best. It used to mean something to be in an All-Star game.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's just whatever. It's play. It's funny because it's the best players coming out to do what they do best. But the other guys, we've talked about it before, guys like the pluggers, they all get to go on vacation and relax. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So I came up with a scenario. Follow me on this.
Okay.
In NCAA, one of the best weeks of the year, outside of the beginning and maybe the end and the bowl season, is rivalry week. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. What if all the All-Star games, abolish all the All-Star games, and for that day that you choose to, where it would have been an All-Star game, you do rivalry week. So use the NHL for an example. When is it's usually February, I believe, is the so
yeah for the NHL. Yeah.
Instead of the All-Star game, you each team has their own set of superstars and they have their own teams and all that, and you give it's Calgary versus Edmonton in the Alberta Cup. It's Boston versus Montreal in some name. I don't know what you want to call it. The Rocket Richard Trophy. Well, they already have that one. The Rocket Bobby Orr Trophy. I don't know. Seattle versus Vancouver. Now that they're right next to each other, have the Hippie Cup. Something like that, right? All I'm saying is, all of a sudden, now what you're doing is you're giving the fans on both sides. They go to their local establishments. They get some beers. They're watching at home. They get their gear on. And even as crappy as, let's say, the Flames are this year, and they don't make the cup, but we beat Edmonton that one game, we get the Alberta Cup. We're proud of it. We go out, we party, and vice versa. Edmonton wins it, they'll do the same thing. It's that one opportunity to get your favorite teams against each other and most hated rivals against each other, and the game will actually mean something.
It's not bad.
What do you think?
It's not bad.
What do you think?
It's not bad.
Utah versus Vegas. God versus, heaven versus hell. It's all written right here. I got it all.
That's
whatever
amazing.
You need. The Rangers versus the Islanders. I'm just saying. I got to think of names like How You Doing Cup. I don't know, something like that.
How you doing?
But I just think since the All-Star game means absolutely nothing, give these guys an opportunity to win a cup for their guys.
I am still a firm believer that you do an All-Star game and predicate home court and home ice advantage. For the finals.
If they're gonna keep going with this thing, then you got to make it mean something because these guys aren't doing anything.
You guys are all-star. Be like, guys, no. If we make it because I want to see the infighting. Right. You have one guy on the bench goes, listen, man, we ain't making the playoffs. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to us. We're bottom of the league, and I don't care if you're bottom of the league. I don't care if you're bottom of the league. You better step up because we need this. I need this.
If you think about it, if Vancouver and Seattle play each other, it could be a bowl. It doesn't even have to be a cup.
Yeah, it could be a bowl.
A bowl.
Made of hemp.
That's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's something here, you guys.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. Rivalry week in all sports. Basketball, NBA, NBA, NHL, NFL. Well, NFL not so much because they don't really do the Pro Bowl
I
anymore.
still think that like the All-Stars should be like, maybe if they did, instead of the All-Star games, just do like the Bachelor and the Bachelorette.
Right.
Like maybe find out like who is the All-Star of All-Stars. Little Big Brother action.
I like that idea
Maybe
too.
some Survivor, like
That'd be nice.
do some games. Actually, they should take all the All-Stars, bring back American Gladiators, and see who are the final 2 actual All-Stars.
That's a good point too.
In every league. In the Eliminator.
After watching the baseball one again, I got tired. And buddy, the funny thing is the home run derby used to be something I kind of wanted to watch.
No.
Completely forgot about it. So boring.
It's at the point where you just name them. Like, I always go back and I say, like, when you hear someone, this is a 2-time All-American, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy
That's
win.
right.
Whoa. 5-time All-Star. Whoa.
Exactly.
Now you're just like, and in the All-Star game, we have some guy who was fan voted who plays the third line left wing.
Exactly. No.
Ed Jablonski.
The Jablonsker. There it is.
All right.
All right. You haven't done it for 3 weeks. It's back. Let's get to it. It's Rapid Banter. Russell Westbrook is now playing in Denver. Will Russell ever win an NBA championship?
No.
Even with your boy?
No.
The Arena Bowl Championship was played at American Dream Shopping Mall in Jersey. Is this the coolest or worst thing you've ever heard of in your life?
Might as well play at the Foot Locker.
Buddy, this is the best part about this. You're watching the game. You're minding your business. You're watching the game. You're like, oh, my God, the championship of arena football is being played. I'm going to go get a Cinnabon. I'll be right back. The food court has never seen so much action.
This is awesome.
Best seats everywhere, right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Why not Mall of America?
Let me ask you this. If you're playing in that game,
Yeah.
is it kind of like the speed belt in WWE?
You cry a little.
You have to cry a
like
little.
part of you cries. Like, guys, we couldn't find an arena.
Nothing?
Like, it's even in the name of the league. Like, we're arena football, and we can't even play in an arena.
Mall football.
Yeah. Football. Football. Name of the episode. Football.
Football.
All right.
Panathinaikos of Athens are the champs in Euro basketball. They're calling out the Boston Celtics to play a game to find out who's the real championship in the basketball world. Hold the line, like Spartans, or charge. Do your Donnie. Come on, do it.
Sorry,
Please,
sorry.
please.
What? Sorry, hold the line.
Charge.
Why don't you come over here and play? It's no problem. Listen, green and white versus green and white.
Yeah.
I love it. Tatum versus Tatumopolis. Let's go.
I love it.
Let's go.
The Boston fans would be so confused.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, what's going on here?
See, they should change. You have the Boston Celtics against the Panathinaikos Greeks.
That's right. And it's funny because they
both
have the
have clover.
clovers. Yeah, it's hilarious, right? It's something to be said.
There you go.
Jake Paul knocked out Mike Perry in the 6th round. Impressive, or no, not really.
Called it.
But what'd you think? Okay, I didn't realize how much bigger Jake Paul was than Mike Perry. This is getting a little ridiculous now.
I actually thought he'd knock him out in 3, if you want the truth.
Well, can I say something? Why didn't they just do bare knuckle? Why didn't you just do bare knuckle in this? Make it fair. Like, if he's going to be that much bigger, then okay, take the gloves off and let's go bare knuckle then.
Listen, no. There is no knock on Jake Paul that I could ever have for this, because at the end of the day, he throws the offers out there, and people have to accept the offers.
True.
So I'm sorry, Mr. Perry, if you are looking and you're like, well, I baited him and I'm so smart and I'm a bare knuckle champion and well, you know the parameters. These guys aren't stupid to the fight game. Like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
So Jake Paul all the way.
Yeah, he
should be vice president. He should have been the pick.
Do you think he might? Well, he could still get in the cabinet. You never know.
Listen.
Last one. Vanna White has done her last episode on Wheel of Fortune. It's over. That's over 30 years. What was your favorite daytime game show?
Price is Right.
Second question. Yes or no?
Still.
Yeah. Only a few will understand what we just did there. Only a few will understand. That's all I'm going to say. There it is. Rapid Banter. Okay, it's MAGA Malaka time. And you know what? Because you're back, I got 2 of them ready for you.
Oh, good.
I got 2 ready.
Okay.
I told you the other day, rivalry cups. But here, I made a list, MAGA Malaka, of rivalries that we get to set up the scenario.
Okay.
All right? Or
rivalry cup.
We talked about, you brought it up, and somehow you knew it. He didn't even see my notes, guys. Second chances. MAGA Malaka, second chances for people that, were canceled or brought back or whatever.
Yeah, second
you want to do that one?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Second chances. Pete Rose. We start with Pete Rose. MAGA or Malaka?
MAGA. Should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Ray Rice. This is a name we haven't heard for a long time.
Oh, you know what? Malaka.
Yeah. You know what? It's scary because you didn't know the camera was there and you did what you did.
Did
I ever tell you he retweeted me back in the day? I'm like, back in the day, I wrote him a message. I'm like, hey, man, you're awesome. This is obviously before he did what he did. Yeah. And then he's like, hey, thanks, man. He wrote back to me. Everyone knows the story. It's
amazing.
Yeah, it's a little something.
Yeah, no, Malaka. Sorry, Rice.
Hey, no, not sorry. Yeah, you did bad. That was nice.
Yeah. You're right.
Kevin Spacey, MAGA or Malaka?
Oh, man, this one's tough. Like, you know what? Kaiser Soze, Kevin Spacey, MAGA.
Yeah.
House of Cards, recent Kevin Spacey, Malaka.
Buddy, he's been exonerated. He's fine. He's back. He's MAGA on my list.
I know.
That show, by the way, House of Cards, if you haven't watched it, great show. Love that show.
Do you have Alec Baldwin next?
Here's one for he's next. What about this guy? He's your guy, Hayden Christensen. Wasn't he the little Star Wars guy? Whatever happened to that guy? MAGA or Malaka?
You know what, Malaka? Yeah, he disappointed a galaxy, let alone just a world.
It's true.
A whole, not even like
I don't even know anything about this.
A whole universe.
True.
You know,
you really let everyone down.
You know, the Jedi reach is just so far.
Well, it's big, and he did. Big. You're right. He disappointed. Jonah Hill. He's been recently canceled for some things he wrote on the internet to his girlfriend at the time.
My name's Jeff.
He's a MAGA man. And by the way, you think it's easy? That guy was a big boy, loses the weight, comes back. Yeah, he's got some anger. He doesn't like you guys saying things. He doesn't. His confidence isn't high. Just leave the guy alone. All right.
You like that one, eh?
That was a good one. That was a good one. It's nice to see you back.
God.
Okay, two more. P. Diddy, MAGA or Malaka?
Malaka.
Yeah, you got it. You know, P. Listen. Too many things are coming out, bro.
P don't.
P don't. P don't is right. P don't. You know, I don't think that's the name of the pod. P don't.
P don't.
P don't. Last one. Here it is. And he just might do it. Donald J. Trump. MAGA or Malaka?
How do you not give? You got to give MAGA.
You got to do the MAGA. And it's just fitting.
It's just fitting because of MAGA. And by the way, we didn't. MAGA and MAGA, there's no. But yeah, but
we started it. He had it way before he had
it. It's a Greek word.
It's a Greek word.
Excuse me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got him, man. This guy.
Can I just ask you a question?
I watch it live. I told you. Hey,
yeah,
it happened to be. No. It was on the TV.
Oh wow.
It just we weren't like, oh, there's a Trump rally. It's like, man, in the United States, like in the span of a few weeks, it's free agency frenzies. Some guy's getting shot, another guy's getting dropped out.
Yeah.
It's like there's this.
It was crazy. It's been crazy.
But in Tennessee, they love their Trump.
Oh yeah, that's Trump country.
That's Trump country.
I got a question though.
But it just happened to be on TV, right? And it was like pop. I'm like, holy shit, he's getting shot.
Yeah. You know, we should do the Peruse cast sooner than later because I mean, there's so much information out there about what happened, and I would love to just pick your brain a little bit and even get
Can I tell you something? Why this guy's so lucky?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, the hand of God. Like, you think Maradona was reference? You think Maradona has the hand of God?
No doubt.
It's Donald J. Trump. Hold on. Should we sign it off and get back into this so we don't kill the train of thought?
Sure.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, honey sugar babies, all of you out there, thank you for bearing with me. We had a little bit of a hiatus. This was fun. It felt nice. It felt right. It's the exam at the doctor's office that I knew I needed and the one that I wanted. Listen, episode 317. It's one for the books. We got to shove it in the locker, but we do got to hit the showers. Don't forget to follow us on all the channels at Sports Show Podcast.
Now, if you get easily triggered, stop the pod right now.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Yeah, it's better in the shower. Yeah. If you get triggered, if you're, if you use Skintimate shaving cream, just maybe...
Yeah, just walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Look, You think Maradona has a hand of God? I said, God moved this guy out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I'm not the most, like, as a hunter, okay, I'm not the most prolific shooter. I'm not saying I'm this ballistic specialist
Of course.
And whatever. But what I will tell you is that at 130 yards,
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
there is, I can tell you with, like, being in that prone position, so lying down,
Right.
with, even if I had, like, whatever, rested in the prone, or if I had a gun mount, bottom line,
Right.
with me,
Yes,
personally,
you
with
personally.
my rifle,
Yeah.
lying down like that,
Yeah.
with time to set up and be able to relax and breathe in a standing target, I'm telling you, Mitch, I don't miss that shot.
Yeah. That's all I've heard on the
Okay,
internet.
the 130-yard shot, for anyone who has decent experience shooting a rifle, I'm telling you right now, is not a hard shot. I've never missed an animal at that point. I've never missed a target at that point. Ever.
I agree. Listen.
I haven't even missed a target, like, at that range.
Yeah.
Standing up.
Agreed.
Okay,
I agree.
So I'm telling you, this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what, if he's a cat, if for whatever reason he's in the same league as a Tom Brady, where the guy just has a million. Dude.
Yeah.
That's insane. Because had he stayed in the same position, I turned his head.
He's finished.
Had the shooter just went a couple over here.
Right.
It dawned on me like after, it was like an hour after. I'm like, oh my goodness. Forget Kennedy, because Kennedy, like, and that's the thing. Kennedy was there. You just kind of saw, and there was a kerfuffle, and he got hit in the neck.
Right.
I'm like, I would have seen a guy's head get blown off.
Yeah.
On live television.
On live TV. And there's footage if you Google it, and I'm not telling you to go do it, but the Kennedy shot is pretty gruesome if you see that. You're absolutely right.
No. The Kennedy shot is actually very gruesome. It is. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is.
No, I know. But
live on TV, because they were driving, so the way the cameras were and like people corralled. He's front and center, like right in the front of the TV.
Did you notice some of the people in the stands behind Trump? Like there's two people in particular I'm talking about. There's one gentleman
that was filming.
There was the one lady that was filming everything and kind of smiling or whatever. I saw that. Yeah. But there was one guy didn't even move. He was just like I think he thought it was like a show or something. He wasn't scared of anything. This guy was just like, and he didn't have a facial reaction of good or bad. He was just like, what is everyone doing? Why is everyone getting down? Maybe he's deaf. I don't know. But he just didn't understand. It was crazy, man. I mean, this world we live in today, it is something that I think we do live in the best time. Like, I would rather live today, as crazy as it is, than in the medieval times that we talked about earlier. Like, I don't need some guy with a sword getting mad at me, and then I got to duel him, and then, I walk home with half an arm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Tough.
I don't need that, right?
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. This is a better time, but man, is everyone just...
Or get bludgeoned. Back then, they would bludgeon.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? And the way they would stitch you up is like, putting hot metal on your torso, like to suture you, thanks. Yeah. So I do think we got it pretty good. It's too bad everyone's just losing their minds, but
that was crazy. So, like I said, we're in Johnson City, Tennessee, right? They're Tri-City. So basically, like, you're in a lot of, like, put it this way, it's kind of like being in Okotoks, Cochrane, and Airdrie, were three towns, right? So then, and it's Bible Belt, so there's a lot of farmland, a lot of like that. But there's this one guy we were driving on the side of the road. I don't know how many acres of land he had, but he had mowed his lawn Trump.
He mowed it Trump.
Like, he mowed lines to spell Trump.
That's amazing.
And we're talking almost football field size. Like, massive.
That's just a lot of...
And he's on the side of the road.
Work.
Yeah, I know.
Honey, I'm going to go outside and tattoo the field. I'll be right back.
Oh, man.
Last thing, rivalry. I just want to bring this up.
Sure.
Think about this. John Wick and The Equalizer versus The Rock and Vin Diesel. I'm throwing it out there. At the dinner table tonight, sit down with your wife and talk about that.
You know what? That's exactly what we're going to talk about. Okay.
All right, guys.
Hey, great talk.
Hey, it was fun.
This was nice.
It was nice.
It was nice.
Nice to have you back, partner.
Yeah, you too, partner.
Hey, partner.
She don't know the difference between this and them. Now you about to win this. But freedom is so now.
W, we're Saved by the Bell by the Sports Show, playing every week. Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Sports Show TV, at Sports Show Podcast. Amy, do it. At Sports Show Podcast.
I'll be locked in.